All right, everybody, we're here meeting with Tanner Sparks, who is an audio engineer and mixer. And full disclosure, before we get too far into it, Tanner and I know each other because we grew up playing music together. And we were in a band together. We were in the same band for years. And then we kind of went our separate ways after our band broke up. And he's going to tell you a little bit about what he does and kind of answer some questions that you might have about what it's like working with music. So thank you, Tanner. Thank you for taking the time to talk.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
So first question, what is your job title, which I kind of announced a minute ago, audio engineer and mixer. But what is your job title and what exactly do you do?
Yeah, so many people might not know what audio engineer means, but basically, the simplest way to put it is when you walk into a recording studio, if you have been in one, I'm the guy that's behind the big piece of glass, behind the big board with all the knobs and faders on it. I'm the one sitting there with the band and hearing what they're coming up with as far as idea wise, and kind of hearing what they're hearing they want it to sound like. And it's my job to kind of take what they're saying and make it a reality by using different either effects or different equipment, and just trying to make whatever they're writing sound as great as possible.
Nice, that's very cool. So the mixing and engineering are two kind of different things then, yeah? Mixing is a process that happens after everything's been recorded, or in other words, tracked. Is that
Yeah,
right? Okay.
that's exactly right. So I do a little of both. So engineering is exactly that. Like I'm in the recording studio with the band. They're, hashing out ideas, recording either demos, things that might not make it into the song, or things that might be in the song. And
Mhm.
then audio mixing is when the song's completely done, or an album is completely done.
Mhm.
And I sit there with all the different things that the band has recorded in a song. It could be 20 tracks, it could be 200 tracks of different things.
Nice.
And the mixing part is when you kind of make sense of it all and you make it all work in one listening environment. So when people listen back to it, it just sounds great and they can focus on the song.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, no, it sounds very useful.
Yeah.
Um, All right. So, how did you first get involved in music? And keeping in mind, I already know this, but for everyone else who's watching.
Yeah. So, like you said, I grew up as a kid. My dad actually played guitar, and when I was probably about 10 or 11 or so, I had him show me. I had this small, little, tiny acoustic guitar, like kid toy size, and he taught me "Stairway to Heaven" on it. And I sat there in my room and tried to play it, and then eventually, we may have already known each other, but then you started getting in the guitar too, and then after that we just kept playing in our bedrooms, playing guitar and practicing, and then eventually joined a band together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too, looking back on it, I think one of the pivotal moments for both of us was when we were playing music together with, with friends. It was a social thing, and I
Hmm.
think that made a huge difference. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, being in the same space and just like throwing ideas off each other, or if like you had written a riff and shown it to me, and then I would kind of just like play some stuff I was hearing, and then that would spark other ideas.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely like a crucial moment for us, like just being able to like not only improve our skills,
Hmm.
but just kind of have fun and riff off each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. What has been your favorite moment in your music career? I'm sure there's a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Man, to be honest, I feel like the my favorite moment is kind of touching on that, is kind of sharing moments with other people and meeting other like-minded people. So people that either, even if it's a different instrument, if they're playing bass or they're playing drums and I play guitar, just kind of meeting new people and being able to, play a song with them, or just watch them play their song with their bandmates, or, vice versa. It's always, I feel like it's a special thing that musicians share. It's a common thread in all of our blood. It's just, seeing people be creative and being creative. It's a really cool thing. So I feel like that's my favorite thing.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I fully agree. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, one more. What is the one thing that most people don't know about the music industry that you wish they did know?
That I wish they did know.
Mhm.
Um, man, dude, it's again, it kind of touches base on that. Like, I feel like when we, for instance, when me and you were in a band with a couple other people too, it was, I never thought of, meeting other band members and other bands and seeing their passion for it and kind of learning off their, whether learning off of them, like if they were playing a completely different genre of music or just, something we hadn't even never seen.
Mm.
Um, I think I kind of I kind of wish I knew how the endless possibilities of learning would be. Like I could never sit down on a guitar and think, I'm the best that I'll ever be. I know everything that I can know, but I wish I knew back then, like the possibilities are endless and I can always learn new things and always try different either instruments or just different techniques, and it's always keeping things interesting.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the cool thing about that is that we both started in music in the same way. We both started playing guitar, and it led in very different directions. I mean, I'm still pretty closely with guitar, but you've really expanded on that. You're doing completely different stuff that and I'm probably you too, as teenagers in our bedrooms hanging out playing music, never would have thought we'd be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the same time, I didn't even really think existed. Like, so when you say, or if I say I'm an audio engineer, that a lot of people might not know what that is. When we were first starting to play, like I, I didn't think about how many different areas of music there are and people can be involved in music.
Hmm.
So if you're not only just strictly playing an instrument, like there are so many other areas of music to be creative and meet fun people and learn new things.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
So somebody who maybe is an audio engineer like me who has never played an instrument might actually be around other people playing instruments and be like, wow, I kind of want to pick up a guitar and I want to learn some things. It's inspiring me to learn different things. So it's really fun, man. It's a great career to be in. I'm thankful every day that I can do this every day and play music and listen to music.
Nice.
So yeah, I love it.
So where can people find some music you've worked on? Is there anything you can name us that people can look up and hear the work that you've done?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of stuff, but I mean, most popular wise, I've done the past 4 Switchfoot albums. So you can find that all on Spotify. I got my first Grammy nomination actually by working on a Weezer album. I engineered that, so I was with the band recording it in a studio. I
Great
recorded.
album.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's their White album, which was really fun to record. Those guys are really fun dudes, really talented.
Nice.
But yeah, I've also done a couple other albums too. I've worked with Third Eye Blind, and a bunch of various other artists, but they're all on Spotify. And I try to keep my website updated as far as how many albums I've worked on, but I'm probably not the best at that just because I like to keep working and keep having fun. But yeah, it's all out there.
Right on. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us and kind of help people understand how music works and what it's like inside the recording industry, the music industry.
Yeah, thank you.